Hey, welcome back to DieCash Cars. So today I want to start a new series I like to call DieCash Cribs. So how often do we get to showcase our personal collections to the broader community? I mean, we spend years upon years, thousands of dollars, and they never see the light of day. I can almost guarantee that there are some collections out there that we would just be in awe if we saw them. I'm sure there are grail pieces in people's collections that we didn't even know existed. So my goal with this series is to hopefully by invitation be able to go to certain collectors and be able to showcase their collections for everybody here to see. I have a couple of local collectors that are interested and I'm trying to work out the arrangements. But what better collection to start with than yours truly, DieCash Cars. That's right, I'm going to go through my own personal collection, showing you guys in 3 different categories my personal collection, starting with an overview, and then I'll jump into highlights, and last but not least, I am going to go through and tell you guys what my collection is valued at based on the current secondary market pricing, and then also how much money I have actually put into my collection over these years. So we'll start off with this right here. You guys have seen this before, but this is my loose wall collection, and you guys know I did a DIY video on this. Cheap and loose. All of these 6 car containers I purchased from Dollar Tree. So back then they were only $1 a piece. Nowadays they are $1.25 a piece, but nonetheless, just your best bang for your buck as far as storing loose cars. There's no rhyme or reason to this collection, guys. It's really just a bunch of random, assorted loose cars that I've collected over the last couple of years. So you're going to see premiums, mainlines, some RLCs mixed in here. So essentially 500 cars on this wall, and I display them for less than $100, which is pretty awesome. Again, these containers are just super versatile. They have pre-drilled holes so you can hang them on the wall. You can store the cars inside of these containers vertically or horizontally. And man, they do look pretty good on this wall. Jumping over to the other side of the room here, you see I got a couple of pictures of my previous cars. That's where my love for Subarus has come from. I've been to some races. I've been to car shows where my cars actually place, surprisingly. So a couple of trophies there from those shows. And then you got my wall of non-protected carded cars. Again, no rhyme or reason here either. Just a bunch of random JDM mostly. But I do got some Euro on here as well. Old cars, new cars. Everything from Acuras, Subarus, Hondas. Got some cars from the 90s. Cars that are, you know, even earlier than that. Got some Matchbox mixed in there. Some recent stuff. Got the Honda set there on the right, the original set. Factory sealed cars, first editions. Got some Ferrari action, 620s, Nissan Zs, Honda Civic EFs. So just a wide array of cars over the last couple of decades that I felt fit my collection really well. You can see you got some Ferraris there from those 2015 cases that I opened. Old school A86. You can see I got my 06 to 08 Dodge Vipers, my favorite generation of the Viper, so I had to get a couple of those into the collection. The ACR from Hot Wheels has always been one of my favorite casts. So below those cards hanging, you'll see I have a bunch of Hot Wheels 72 count cases. All of them essentially filled with cars a lot like the ones hanging on the walls. So really just my long-term play, bunch of cars that I really do enjoy, but just being stored for now. So moving on to some of the heavier hitters in my collection here. So this wall, you can see they're all protected Hot Wheel releases, carded on card. You got a bunch of factory sealed first editions, Nissan Zs, Civics, 180SX. I got a little row here of Zamex, store exclusives. Again, factory sealed wherever I can get them. Again, more store exclusives, 510s, Prelude, Can Marry, Treasure Hunt, 22B, had to put that front and center. Definitely need one of those factory sealed. Got some Target Reds, Some cool card arts, right? So you got the police liveried and camo Skylines and Fair Lady Z, Cars and Donuts. You got Keys to Speed GTR, and the little row here of shorties that I really do enjoy. That Prelude, you guys know I've talked about that before. That is an error. Toyota Supra on a short card. Super happy to have that one. Next up, one of my favorite releases for 2022. This is the Acura Integra GSR DG exclusive. Had to get a row of 10 of those in my collection. And then down to the bottom rows here, you just got a bunch of other JDM sought after mainline releases. And up top here, you got the Stinger himself overseeing everything from the Raptors. So here is a little behind the scenes look at my studio. Again, very simple setup. Just a bunch of poster boards from Dollar General, some lights from Amazon, got my iRig mic, my camera mount, all done on a repurposed dinner table. You can see I made use of my Hot Wheels Legends Tour flag. Then over here you'll see my space saving technique. So I put up pegboards, and this is where I keep all of my bulky team transports, 2-packs, and premium car cultures. It just helps a lot. This way I can just keep inventory of these more expensive pieces while displaying them. Going over to this little hallway here, this is where I put all of my Fast and the Furious cars. So I have essentially all the premium mainline releases from Walmart from 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then jumping into the premium car culture sets from Fast and the Furious, Fast Imports, Fast Rewind, Quarter Mile Muscle. I also have all of the Amazon exclusive box sets that have released up to date, which we know all of these go for quite a bit right now, again, just due to their exclusivity. Then over here you got some non-Hot Wheels Fast and Furious releases from Racing Champions, Jada. Got my little display case there of the Build-A-Cars. Some Hot Wheels premiums. Again, these are not the full sets, but they're the highlights out of the sets that they were released in. So I like to give them a little special space. Over here, you can see I am a Packers fan. I know, guys, they're not doing great this year, but definitely I feel like there's a bounce back coming, getting back into Super Bowl form. Little section here of my Hot Wheels short cards. Again, nothing crazy nice, but just nice short cards in general. This is the Sweet 16, guys. These are the premium models that are essentially the cream of the crop for me. So we've seen some of these before, but the Naked Subaru WRX STI, Boulevard R33, 4Runner, Asenza Chase, you got the RWB Porsche. I really do like that 3000 GT. There's a 22B. Over here I keep a lot of the mainline releases that are really special to me. So you got the Ken Mary Factory Seal First Edition Skyline with an error card, Keys to Speed R34 in blue. And I am a pop collector. I am a Pokemon fan. Love Iron Man. On the other side, there's my super set with all the factory sealed supers. Got my little trio of R34s, all factory sealed, with the Zamac. Then I got my little Skyline HKS collection, as well as the Eno 18 Liberty Walk Skyline ER34, with the Chase in the back as well. Then down below, you got the 510 conventions. You see I got a little light box set up with the matching apparel. And this is the highlight wall of my entire collection, guys. Got my EK9 Supers up top. Definitely need to get 2 more to wrap up that 9 count, similar to what Mr. Mad Visions is doing on his collection. Got my Skylines, my Legends Tour cars, a couple of other Supers, and of course a bunch of highly sought after RLCs from this year. And this display case is really the cream of the crop. So you got my 118 scale, my 510 with the matching Kaido Mini GTs, the raw version. You got the Boulevard 510s, which I feel is still the cleanest 510 wagon out there. You got my growl piece, my Junimai handmade, hand-customed 510 wagon. Kaiji Tsuchiya's A86 118 scale ignition model. Evan Mach Toyota pickup. Coming down here, you got the Auto Art R34 with the midnight purple paint job. And then you got Mr. Sung Kang and his 240Z, the Fugu Z. And one of my favorite quirks about my collection is that everything is just on a peg nail, so I can easily take cars off and update my collection as I get new stuff in. So let's talk value. So my overall collection, what you see here, guys, I would value it at about $15,000. And I know that sounds like a lot, but it's actually kind of an underestimate. So here, let me high level try to justify that. So here, again, you get about 500 loose cars. If you just put a $2 value to each of those, this whole set here is worth about $1,000. This wall of about 160 cars hanging on the wall, you figure a value of about $350 a piece. That's $500. And then the 2072 count cases that are sealed with cars, again, that's about 1,500 cars. Again, average value of about $2 a car. That's almost $3,000 right there. The wall of protected, factory sealed first editions and store exclusives. There's 90 cars there. That's an average of about $5 a car, which comes out to about $450. My pegboards of premiums. So there's 77 premiums total, 33 dioramas, 36 transports in 2 packs. Again, very high level, low estimate of about $1,500. So I have 16 complete Fast and Furious sets, whether that be the premium mainline sets from Walmart or the Amazon exclusive box sets, at an average of about $60 a set. That comes out to about $1,000, but we all know that some of those sets go well over $100 a piece. And then just accounting for the 2021 Super Treasure Hunt set, all factory sealed supers from the Master set, I've personally been offered $700 for that piece. I kind of value it a lot more than that, but that's the value that I'll put on it right now. And then coming down here to the Japan Convention Datsun 510s for the pair, both left and right facing, I would say that that is about a $700 value. And then you got the money shot of the collection. So everything from the wall, the 510 Supers, the EK9s, the Legends Tour cars, RLCs, I value all that at about $3,300. Everything in the display case, all the 118 scales, the higher end Hot Wheels, conventions, Mattel Creations cars, I'm putting a value of about $3,500 on all of those. So yeah, all said and done, guys, about $15,000. And again, I was really just accounting for the larger pieces in my collection, not really nitpicking at some of the smaller things. So in all honesty, it could definitely be a lot more than $15,000 of value in this room. I will also point out too that how much I've actually put into this collection over the last 5 years. In all honesty, it's probably only about half of what the value is right now, and maybe not even, maybe a little less than half, because again, a lot of this I bought at retail and essentially just watched the value accrue over time, looking out for it and making good trades to trade up into nicer cars to add to your collections. And it all goes back to the mission of this channel, that DieCash Cars and Hot Wheels are definitely something that you can invest in and watch those values grow. And I'm sure many of you guys have similar collections. Maybe you don't know what the values are, but again, just watching this video, I'm sure you can ballpark how much you have in your displays. But that's what I got for you guys today. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.